In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NBA games happening on February 2nd, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Boston Celtics versus Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers are set to host the Boston Celtics in an exciting matchup scheduled for Sunday at the Wells Fargo Center. This highly anticipated showdown will see the 2 Eastern Conference rivals face off once again, as both teams look to build momentum at this stage of the season. The last time these 2 teams met, Philadelphia secured a hard-fought 118-114 victory over Boston on December 25th in a thrilling Christmas Day clash. Over their past 10 encounters, the Celtics have recorded 6 wins and 4 losses straight up, while their performance against the spread has been evenly split at 5-5. Additionally, the over has hit in 6 of their last 10 meetings, reflecting a tendency for high-scoring contests between these 2 squads. The Boston Celtics entered this matchup in strong form, having won 5 of their last 7 games. They are now aiming to extend their current winning streak to 3 games following a nail-biting 128-126 road victory over the New Orleans Pelicans on Friday night. As a unit, the Celtics displayed impressive efficiency, converting 50% of their field goal attempts and knocking down 16 of 41 shots from beyond the arc. The game was a tight affair throughout, with both teams trading blows until the final possession. However, Boston ultimately emerged victorious thanks to a clutch buzzer-beating shot from Jason Tatum, which sealed the win in dramatic fashion. On the other hand, the Philadelphia 76ers had been gaining momentum with a 4-game winning streak before running into a formidable challenge against the Denver Nuggets on Friday. Despite a valiant effort, they suffered a narrow 137-134 defeat on their home court. Philadelphia put together an impressive offensive performance, shooting 55% from the field and connecting on 21 of their 43-point attempts. They even managed to erase a 5-point deficit late in the 4th quarter with an 8-0 scoring run, putting themselves in a position to steal the game. However, they faltered down the stretch, getting outscored 15-9 in the final 2-11, ultimately falling just short in their comeback attempt. Looking ahead, the Celtics have secured recent victories over the Chicago Bulls and New Orleans Pelicans and will soon face matchups against the Cleveland Cavaliers, Dallas Mavericks, and New York Knicks. Meanwhile, the 76ers have claimed a win over the Sacramento Kings but suffered a loss to the Denver Nuggets. Their upcoming schedule features challenging contests against the Mavericks, Miami Heat, and Detroit Pistons. Regarding team availability, Boston is expected to have a full roster at its disposal for this contest. Philadelphia, however, is dealing with multiple key absences, as they have officially ruled out Joel Embiid, Paul George, Andre Drummond, and KJ Martin. The lack of star power on the 76ers side will undoubtedly have a significant impact on their ability to compete against a powerhouse like the Celtics. Given Boston's dominance this season and their opponent's depleted lineup, the Celtics are expected to be substantial favorites entering this game. However, despite their reputation as an elite team, Boston has struggled to cover large point spreads throughout the season. Their against the spread record currently stands at 19-29-1. And they have failed to cover in 5 of their last 7 games when listed as double-digit favorites. Meanwhile, despite their injury woes, the 76ers have still managed to win 4 of their last 5 games, demonstrating resilience. Additionally, Philadelphia previously defeated Boston as a 9.5-point underdog on Christmas Day. Historically, the underdog has covered the spread in 5 of the last 9 meetings between these 2 squads. Given these trends, I am not comfortable backing the Celtics to cover a large spread, so the Philadelphia 76ers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The 76ers delivered an explosive offensive performance in their most recent game, but it is unlikely they will replicate such efficiency, especially given the absence of key players. A natural shooting regression is expected, particularly if some of their injured contributors remain sidelined. Additionally, I anticipate that Tyrese Maxey will struggle offensively in this matchup, which would further stifle Philadelphia's scoring output. Defensively, he will also have his hands full trying to contain Boston's perimeter shooting threats. While I expect the Celtics to secure a comfortable victory, their defensive intensity should prevent the total score from exceeding 221 points. If Boston locks in on defense early, the 76ers may struggle to generate consistent offense, particularly if they find themselves trailing by a significant margin in the first half. Given Philadelphia's lackluster energy in certain games this season, they may not have the motivation to stage a strong comeback in this scenario. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Memphis Grizzlies versus Milwaukee Bucks. The 2024-2025 NBA season continues on Sunday, February 2nd, featuring an exciting cross-conference showdown between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Milwaukee Bucks. The game will take place at Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as both teams look to gain crucial momentum heading into the latter part of the season. This will be the second and final regular season meeting between these two squads, with Memphis having dominated the first encounter in a commanding 122-99 home victory on the last day of October. The Memphis Grizzlies enter this contest riding an impressive wave of momentum, having won 7 of their last 8 games. They will be eager to extend their hot streak following a thrilling 120-119 home victory over the Houston Rockets on Thursday. In that game, the Grizzlies displayed resilience and determination, shooting 51% from the field while knocking down 9 of 28 attempts from beyond the arc. Despite a sluggish start that saw them trailing by 8 points midway through the fourth quarter, they managed to close the final 4-43 on a decisive 13-4 run, securing a dramatic comeback win. The game ended on a slightly controversial note, but the Grizzlies emerged victorious nonetheless. Looking ahead, Memphis will face a challenging stretch of matchups. After their battle with the Bucks, they are scheduled to take on the San Antonio Spurs, Toronto Raptors, and Oklahoma City Thunder. So far, they have split recent games, securing a victory over the Rockets but falling to the New York Knicks. The team will need to maintain its current form to continue climbing the standings. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Bucks find themselves in a bit of a slump, having lost 3 of their last 4 games. They will be looking to bounce back after suffering a crushing 144-118 road defeat against the San Antonio Spurs on Friday. Despite a promising start that saw them take an early lead into halftime, the Bucks completely fell apart in the second half, getting outscored by a staggering 74-47 margin. This marked one of their most lopsided losses of the season, highlighting defensive lapses that have plagued them during this recent rough patch. The Bucks have also endured setbacks against the Portland Trail Blazers and the Spurs, adding to their recent struggles. However, they have an opportunity to regain their footing in the coming days, with upcoming games against the Oklahoma City Thunder, Charlotte Hornets, Atlanta Hawks, and Philadelphia 76ers. If they hope to turn things around, they must make defensive adjustments and find more consistency in their performances. In terms of player availability, the Grizzlies continue to deal with injury concerns, as star guard Ja Morant is listed as doubtful due to a lingering shoulder issue. On the other hand, the Bucks have ruled out Bobby Portis for this game, which could impact their frontcourt depth. Memphis, fresh off a hard-fought win against Houston, will aim to keep its positive momentum going as they step onto the court in Milwaukee. There is some hope that Morant could return to the lineup on Sunday, which would provide a significant boost to their offensive firepower. The Grizzlies have consistently relied on their high-scoring attack to outpace opponents, and with 7 of their last 8 victories featuring 120 or more points, they will likely aim for another offensive explosion. For the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo and his squad return home following a disappointing 1-3 straight-up record on their West Coast road trip, which was defined by defensive struggles and capped off by their blowout loss to San Antonio. Head coach Doc Rivers will undoubtedly look to make key adjustments, as allowing opponents to score over 120 points has proven to be a recipe for disaster for Milwaukee. Despite their recent woes, the Bucks enter this matchup as 4.5-point favorites, and they have been solid in that role, boasting a 24-12 straight-up record for the season when favored by the oddsmakers. Additionally, they have covered the spread in 6 consecutive home games, which bodes well for their chances of bouncing back in front of their home crowd. The Memphis Grizzlies have demonstrated resilience throughout the season, frequently winning games and covering the spread despite numerous lineup changes. Even with Morant and other key players sidelined, they have remained competitive. Meanwhile, the Bucks have struggled with consistency, and their recent performances have raised concerns. However, with Milwaukee playing on its home floor and facing an injury-riddled Grizzlies team, this represents presents a golden opportunity for them to regain their rhythm. Coming off disappointing losses to both the Spurs and Trail Blazers, the Bucks must dig deep and secure a much-needed victory. If they fail to capitalize on this situation, it may signal deeper issues within the team. Statistically, Milwaukee has enjoyed considerable success at home, with 16 of their 27 total wins coming at Pfizer Forum. Conversely, Memphis has encountered difficulties on the road, as 11 of their 16 losses have occurred away from home. While the Grizzlies convincingly won the first meeting between these two teams, the Bucks now have the chance to respond. This game presents a crucial character test for Milwaukee, as a victory would allow them to pull even with the Indiana Pacers in the standings for the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. Returning to the familiar confines of their home court should provide the Bucks with a much-needed boost. There are no excuses for the Bucks in this matchup. This is a pivotal game for them, and despite it being only February, it carries significant weight for their season. So the Milwaukee Bucks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In terms of playing style, the Grizzlies operate at the fastest pace in the NBA, averaging 104.4 possessions per 100 possessions. They thrive in transition and prefer to push the tempo whenever possible. While they do not heavily rely on three-point shooting, they convert their attempts from deep at an efficient rate. Meanwhile, the Bucks rank 10th in pace, averaging 99.4 possessions per 48 minutes. Milwaukee ranks 15th in three-point attempt rate at .422 and is highly efficient from beyond the arc, shooting 38.5%, which is the 3rd best mark in the league. Both teams frequently get to the free throw line, which should contribute to a high-scoring affair. Given Memphis' up-tempo style and Milwaukee's offensive firepower, the total points in this game are expected to exceed projections. I don't believe the Bucks will be able to slow down the Grizzlies' relentless pace, making over the projected total our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.